Fadzai Muzvuwe, and I'm the current Vice President, SRC Vice President at Midland State University. Yes, I was an office bearer at Midland State University. I am the Vice President, as I said before, and I am the chairperson of the Finance Committee in the Student Representative Council. Well, for the challenges, I can't say they were challenges per se because it wasn't anything physical. Say, you know how people say stuff about you, but then it was mostly perceptions that people have towards ladies being in the Student Representative Council or student activism. Mostly was people saying, say, for you to be in that position, you need to have, say, to be having an affair with someone who's currently in the position per se, or someone who is in a position of authority to give you that state of position. So now having to get rid of that perception from people saying I'm actually doing this by myself is a challenge, but or eventually people get to understand that people can actually get in representative positions as ladies. Um, Inspiration to be in the SRC. Well, for starters, as I said, most people think it's a male dominated leadership student activism position. So I wanted to be there because you rarely find women getting in that position. And in the prior years at Midland State University, you normally would see, say, two ladies or three at the max being in SRC. So that, for starters, was my motivation. And also, I wanted to be in line with gender issues currently faced in Zimbabwe and in universities, and also how students can deal with, say, peer pressure issues, especially women. And if there are any cases that women face in universities, that was my major motivation. And of course, it came with other issues like service delivery to students and how we can then tackle that and work together with the student body to ensure that service delivery for us at the university is good. So, challenges and my capacity as the SRC vice president. Well, at times it is your position and admin issues where, say, you report something that we students or students are currently facing, and then it takes a long time for implementation to be done or for them to act towards whatever you'd have said or the suggestions you'd have made with regards to that issue. And also, at times, students don't say out the problems that they're facing, and then you hear as through hearsay that student so and so is facing this, and at times, if it's uh, issues that need student counseling, now you cannot easily go and confront an issue to Kunemun to say, are you really facing this and how are you handling it? And also, at times, as students, generally, we're not patient enough. We expect changes to be implemented. Say we have a problem in the dining hall, we have a problem at the clinic, or the health delivery system is not as good. We expect rapid change when at times it takes a long time for implementation to be done. So those are some of the challenges that as a person I faced. Implementation and students maybe not understanding that some issues take time. So yeah, those are basically the challenges I faced as the SRC vice president in my term. During our tenure of office, we had sometime in May, we did have Say No to Gender Based Violence in collaboration with the Peer Education Network. That was basically targeting issues where we educate both females and male students on how they can act and say gender based violence issues and who to report to and how they can tackle it. And then with that came now education in terms of how to handle say rape issues, how to handle uh, general health issues for the female students and the males as well. And also we did work on peer pressure issues, because normally we find that in college ladies end up indulging in very dirty activities, say sleeping around because of peer pressure from roommates and other mates. So I actually was part of the peer education network in terms of conducting that peer pressure and how students can handle it, especially for the freshman students, because they are the ones that are getting into college and they need to be educated on peer pressure issues and how they can handle it. And well, major recommendations I can give to the college are, well, students are the major stakeholders at college, because they are the ones that come with that they are the ones that make the university run, right? So my major recommendation would be they should be made a priority. So if students are facing issues in health, the administration should be able to promptly act on solving those issues. If it's food related issues, they should act promptly, because students make the university run. So they should be put in and be considered as the major stakeholders. And also, I think we should have platforms in college where students can say, like, suggestion boxes, where students can easily report cases, because at times students don't find it easy to speak out to the administration and they end up complaining in the background. So I actually say we should make use of the student suggestion box system, where students can easily put their problems in the box and the admin looks at it and promptly acts on the issues that students are facing. And also, um, if possible, for the Student Representative Council, some posts really can be reserved for female students, because it's really an environment where, as female students, we end up shying away from joining that certain leadership position because of perceptions that people have or what you have heard before. So I think some positions should be reserved mainly for female students, so that we know there is a position that we as well can grow in leadership and uh, work on behalf of our mates as well as women. As well, I'm currently pursuing a an accounting degree at Middle State University, and I think in the next 5 years I'll be a practicing chartered accountant. And I am working towards also growing in terms of how we can motivate women. So I'm joining a number of organizations that work towards building the esteem of young women. So in the next 10 years, I will be a prominent young woman, will be acting towards improving the self esteem of other women as well.